Aerosmith is considered by many to be the greatest band from the U.S. of all time. Whether or not you agree with that, there's probably varying degrees of Aerosmith music that you've heard. Today, I'm going to share 5 Aerosmith songs I would tell you to start with if you're looking to get into the band. Coming right up. Hey, I'm Russ from the Infectious Groove podcast and here on the YouTube channel. And like I said in the intro, this is a further in our series of 5 songs I would tell you to start with. If by some way you haven't heard Aerosmith or much of Aerosmith, these are the 5 songs I would tell you to go ahead and start with that I think will give you a good idea of a little bit of everything Aerosmith does and then go from there. So I would tell you the first song that I would tell you to check out, no matter if you've heard Aerosmith or not at all, go all the way back to their first album. And there's a song called Moving Out, which wasn't a hit single at all, but is a really, really good dirty blues jam type song. And I think it really shows what Aerosmith would become later in their career. And plus, it's a great way to hear, like if you've heard Aerosmith as of late, you've probably heard much slicker production, more bigger sounding songs, maybe a lot of ballads even. So Moving Out is the one I would tell you to listen to first because it might show you a whole different side of Aerosmith. Now, moving more into the slicker production side of things, they have a song off of the album Pump that I think just more people should hear, but I also think it's a really good gateway into the later era of Aerosmith. And there's a song called F.I.N.E. F.I.N.E. from the album Pump, which again, completely different animal from the song Moving Out that I said to listen to first, but that's by design. You could hear 2 completely different eras of the band, and still able to write catchy hooks and big, huge, great, dirty sounding blues, but while still being a slick production as well. The next one is one of their biggest hits, but I would tell you to go back and listen to the original version of it, and that's Walk This Way. But listen to it from the Toys in the Attic record, because I think, with zero disrespect toward the Run DMC version and later versions that Aerosmith themselves would do, like put out on live albums and stuff, the original version on Toys in the Attic, I think will give you an idea of really what else Aerosmith was capable of in that first phase of their career, more like the dirty blues type phase of their career. The next song I'm going to recommend is way later in Aerosmith's career. And again, this is going to bounce back to that slick production, huge choruses, much bigger sound. But in my opinion, at least from what I've heard since then, this is the last of the great Aerosmith songs that I would tell you to check out. It's from the album Just Push Play, and there's a song called Beyond Beautiful. It's actually the opening track on the record. This would qualify if I did a Aerosmith Hidden Gems or Underrated video, and it's a song I would tell you to check out. Now, this and F.I.N.E. F.I.N.E., if you listen to those songs and you don't like them, that's okay, because that just tells you the reason they're on this list is that tells you don't really have to spend a lot of time on their second half of their career. So that's why my number 5 song is for people who may hear those songs and not like them, and you want to know what else they were capable of in the first half of their career. That's from the album Rocks, the song Last Child. And this might qualify for one of my favorite Aerosmith songs that there is. To me, this song is almost a mix of Moving Out, the first one on the list, and Walk This Way, where it's still dirty and it's still bluesy, but it's also a little more slick and has some great groove to it that Aerosmith was able to accomplish later in their career. If you want to check out all 5 of these tracks, we've been putting the links to the description, or to the songs in the description below, so check that out. Right below the description is, of course, our comment section, and we always love to hear from you. If you love or strongly dislike Aerosmith and you want to chime in on my picks or what your picks would be, please, by all means, leave them in the comment section below. And as we always say in all our videos, thank you so much for watching.